Everything would start after the battle with Broly. Goku would decide to go train with Whis to increase his powers, since after fighting with Broly he realized that his strength was not enough and he would not be left behind. Broly's strength is incomparable, although he needs to control that power, but I will not lag behind as I also want to become stronger and stronger. While he was traveling with Whis to the planet of Beerus, he carelessly let go of Whis and ended up falling into the void of space. However, he would fall into a wormhole that would take him to another dimension. Meanwhile, in the world of Boku no Hero Academia, Deku had finished his training to inherit the One for All and entered the university to fulfill his dream of being a hero. "Good job!" All Might would say. After Deku ate All Might's hair, a portal would appear in the sky, and from that portal a person would come out, which was Goku, who was heading at great speed towards the ground. All Might and Deku would not notice that, at least until Goku was about to crash into the ground, causing a big crater in the place where he fell. Fortunately, All Might reacted fast and moved Deku away from the impact. "Who could it be? Is he a villain?" All Might said, somewhat worried about what had just happened. Deku was staring at that guy who was in the crater he had caused and thought he came to attack them. Goku would get up from the ground and wipe his clothes since they were covered with dust. "Where am I? This place doesn't look familiar," Goku would say as he looked at the place and the people in front of him. All Might would stare at Goku thinking that he had attacked them, and that made him think he was a villain. "If he's a villain, there's no doubt he's strong, since he caused a big crater by coming at us," All Might thought, and then finally decided to attack Goku, since he thought that what he did was to attack them. Goku was confused by what All Might did, but Goku would stop All Might's fist with only one hand, since he had no intention of hurting him. "Why are you attacking me? I didn't do anything to you," Goku would say. All Might would be shocked as he was able to stop his attack with only one hand. Deku would also be shocked by what he was seeing, as he didn't know that someone would be able to stop All Might's attack that easily. "You attacked first! I won't let you hurt the people here, villain!" All Might would say, thinking he was someone evil. Goku would be even more confused by what All Might was saying. "I see, so he thinks I'm a villain, so I doubt he'll believe me if I tell him I'm not," thought Goku as he looked at All Might. Goku was ready to say something, but before he said it, All Might would go seriously against Goku and kept throwing punches at Goku. However, Goku dodged all of his attacks effortlessly. "Looks like he won't let me talk, so I better get this over with and talk some sense into them," Goku thought while dodging all his attacks. Goku would quickly hit All Might in his torso, but right in that wound he suffered years ago, the one that prevented him from being able to continue using his form and could only use it for 3 hours. All Might would fall to the ground after that hit and would be unconscious. Deku, seeing this, was afraid since he saw how his hero was defeated with one blow. But more than anything, he was hit in his wound, which made him think that he could die from that attack. Goku was approaching the boy so he could then ask him about where he was. Deku would be scared since he was approaching him, but he couldn't do anything since even All Might couldn't do anything against him, so he would just stand still. "What do you want?" Deku would say nervously as he didn't know what to do. "First of all, I want you to know that I'm not a villain. I fell into a wormhole that took me to this dimension, but I fell from the sky to where you were. But I didn't do it with the intentions to attack. That man thought I was evil, so I had to stop him so he could let me talk," Goku would say to the green-haired boy. Deku would think about what he said, even though he didn't believe much about what he said about the wormhole. He thought that he wasn't really evil, because if he was, he would have killed All Might the moment he defeated him, and he would have killed him too. "I see, but you hit All Might in a wound that was very serious. He lost part of his organs. He could die if we don't take him to a hospital to be treated," Deku would say while looking at Goku, but still a little suspicious of him. "I understand. Let me take care of this." Goku would approach All Might's body and notice that All Might had lost that form where he looked stronger and was now someone thin and weak. "Apparently he can shapeshift. How interesting is this guy?" Goku would take out a small bag where he brought a hermit seed. I was planning on going to Broly to give him a few more seeds, but now I have to fix this, Goku thought as he gave the seed to All Might, and once he had eaten it, he would quickly wake up feeling his body very strange as his organs were regenerating, and this caused him to feel strange. And at the same time, he felt some pain and began to regain his heroic form. "What's happening to me?" All Might would say in confusion as he looked at Goku, but Goku couldn't do anything as his body was still recovering. "What's happening to All Might? What did you give him?" Deku would say. "I gave him a hermit seed. These seeds can heal any wound, but not diseases. Besides, I was the one who attacked him, so take this as my apology," Goku would say as he watched All Might heal completely and retain his heroic form. "It can't be! My wound is gone! What did you guys do?" All Might thought. Deku would approach All Might impressed as he was now healed from his wounds, thanks to that seed. "All Might, you must know that this guy is not a villain. It's all a misunderstanding. He really didn't want to attack us. He felt guilty for leaving you wounded, so he decided to heal you," Deku would say, somewhat nervous. "Really?" All Might would say, while looking at that guy. "Well, if Midoriya says so, I guess it's true. Sorry for the misunderstanding, but could you tell me how you were able to defeat me so easily? I've never met anyone with your strength," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "It's a long story, but I guess I can tell it," Goku would say, and then tell his whole story of how he got to planet Earth and even the battle with Broly, and furthermore how he got to that world through a wormhole. All Might and Deku would be impressed with what he was saying. However, they didn't quite believe him. "Beings that destroy planets and universes? That doesn't exist," All Might would say distrustfully about what he was saying. "I can prove it. Watch!" Goku would create a spear of energy and then throw it into the sea in front of them, causing an explosion. I don't want to overdo it because if I did, it could destroy the planet. All Might and Deku would be impressed by what he had done, and without further hesitation, they would believe him. "By the way, my name is Kakarot, but you can call me Goku." "My name is All Might, and I am the #1 hero of this world. And this guy is Izuku Midoriya, my successor," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "I thank you for healing me, Goku. Now, I will be able to be calmer since I won't have a time limit to use my heroic form. Is there anything I can do to thank you? Could you recommend me some places to train? I want to become stronger since I don't know how to get back to my world, so I could train somewhere," Goku would say while observing All Might and Deku with a smile. "How about joining the AU? It's a hero institute where you can use your skills so you can become stronger," All Might would say while looking at Goku. "I find it interesting. How can I enter that place?" Goku would say, not knowing that place. "I just have to talk to the director of the AU to let you enter because in a few hours will be the entrance exam to enter the AU. Also, I'll get you a place to stay, since according to what you have told me, you have nowhere to stay, right?" "That's right. I hope it won't be too much trouble," Goku would say. "It's the least I can do, since you cured me." "I understand. Could you explain more about this world since so far I've only been told that you're a hero?" "In this world, 80% of the population has a quirk known as a gift, and they use them to become heroes," Deku would say. "I see. Then you must have a gift, and if so, what is it?" Goku would say curiously. All Might would decide to tell Goku that secret, since he knew he could trust Goku. "You see, I possess a power called One for All. I gave my power to Midoriya, since he was born without a gift, but his dream was to become a hero, and he will be the new symbol of peace when I retire. No one knows that, so I ask you not to tell anyone," All Might would say while looking at Goku, hoping he can keep the secret, while Deku would be shedding tears because of what All Might was saying about him. "Young Midoriya better go home to prepare for the exam," All Might would say while smiling at Deku. "Alright, All Might. See you, Goku." Deku would start to leave the place as he had to go prepare for the exam if he wanted to get into the AU. "Now, let's go talk to the principal to let you enter the AU and find you a place to stay." "I can't wait to start training," Goku would say as he watched All Might start jumping a great distance away, so Goku just decided to follow him. "This world is very interesting, but I will find a way to return to my world. But in the meantime, I'll train in this place." In the previous chapter, Goku had arrived to the world of Boku no Hero Academia. After Goku cured All Might, the misunderstandings were cleared up. Midoriya and All Might trusted him. Now, Midoriya is preparing for his entrance exam to the UA. Meanwhile, Goku would start a new training in that place. Now, he was about to enter the UA. When Goku and All Might arrived at the entrance of the institute, All Might asked Goku to stay since his data had not yet been entered and he could activate the security alarm. "Wait right here. I'll go speak to the principal to get you accepted into the institute," All Might would say as he looked at Goku. "Alright, but don't take too long," Goku would say while staring at him. "Okay, I won't be long," All Might would say and then head towards the principal of the institute. "Hello, All Might. What are you doing here?" the director would say while he was looking at him. "I came to talk to you about a very important matter. I want you to allow a student to enter. His name is Goku. Let me tell you that he is a good candidate for a hero. He was able to heal my wound, and now I don't have that time limit." The director was surprised by what All Might told him. "I didn't know someone was capable of doing that. I see. Then I guess he's someone with a lot of potential. However, I would like to see him in action. It won't be long before the practical exam starts, so I'll let him participate in the entrance exam." All Might was staring at the director with a smile at what he was saying. "Thank you very much. Also, I would like to know if you could give him a place to stay, some apartment within the UA, since he has nowhere to stay at the moment." "Okay, but it depends on how he does on the exam." "Fine, I'll make sure he prepares for the exam." All Might would leave the place and then return to the entrance with Goku. Goku was smiling as he saw All Might approaching, as he had been waiting for a while for his arrival. "How did it go?" "Let me tell you that I managed to convince the director to accept you, but you will have to take a practical exam to show him what you are capable of. Surely you will impress him. So you'll have to wait a little bit. In a while, they will explain everything you have to know about the entrance exam." "I understand. It sounds simple, so I'll wait until the exam starts," Goku would say with a smile on his face. All Might would leave as he had to be with the other teachers so he could see the students at the exam. It would be a while and the students were starting to arrive, so Goku guessed he was by the exam. Midoriya was at the entrance since he had finally arrived at the UA. Goku wanted to go greet him, but before he could do it, he noticed that Midoriya stumbled, but a brown-haired girl prevented him from ending up against the ground. Goku only laughed a little at Midoriya's reaction to the girl. After that, they would enter the institute, where they would explain the exam. Goku would sit next to Midoriya, and he noticed that next to him, there was someone who seemed to be annoyed with Midoriya's presence. Goku decided to keep quiet in order to listen to what the exam was about. The way that person explained the exam seemed kind of funny to Goku, but he tried to take it seriously to understand it. When Goku checked which battlefield he should be in, he noticed that he would be in C, so he would be away from Midoriya and the guy who was next to him. While Bakugo noticed that he would not be with Deku, he was telling him that now he will not be able to crush him. Goku was looking at that guy and was thinking, "Looks like he doesn't get along very well with Midoriya." Goku did not understand why he hated him, because even though he did not know him very well, he knew that he was someone with a good heart. Once the explanation of the practical exam was over, they all headed to their assigned battlefields. Goku would be at the entrance waiting for that door to open to begin. "Good! According to what they said about the exam, I should accumulate points to be able to enter. This will be easy." When the exam started, Goku was already far ahead. The others hardly noticed this, since Goku had a higher speed than the rest. Goku did not stop destroying robots at high speed. It seemed that he would destroy them all, but Goku knew that the others also had to destroy them to enter, so he left some for the rest, although he helped those who had problems with the robots. Meanwhile, Midoriya was looking for some robot, since he had not been able to get any points. At this rate, I won't be able to get any points. All the training with All Might will go to waste," Midoriya thought as he was desperate to gain some points. The teachers were watching the students and how they were promising to enter the AU, but most of all, they were surprised by what Goku could do. The director was surprised by the score he achieved, as well as the speed at which he destroyed the robots. "You have done well, but it's time for the real test to begin." One of the teachers pressed a button that would make a giant robot appear. One appeared in Midoriya's battlefield, and another one in Goku's. Everyone escaped when they saw it, because they knew it was dangerous. Midoriya was about to do the same, but when he noticed that the brown-haired girl was trapped in the rubble, while looking at her, he remembered the words of All Might, and without hesitation, decided to rush towards her. Goku would notice that several people were in trouble because of that robot that was in his battle zone, so he decided to move them away from that robot. He would use his teleportation to move each one of them away from the place. Once everyone was safe, Goku launched himself towards the robot just as Midoriya did. Goku threw a blow to the robot, and just with the pressure of his fist, he destroyed it completely. Midoriya had destroyed that robot with a powerful smash. Everyone was surprised by what had happened, especially Goku. Midoriya was falling to the ground after destroying the robot. He was desperate because he could not get any points, and if he ruined his left arm, he could not win any. When he was about to crash to the ground, that girl hit him, preventing him from hitting the ground. However, he reached his limit because his ability made her dizzy and she ended up vomiting. The exam would end and the teachers were impressed by Goku's results. He had achieved the highest score by destroying villains and rescue points. In total, 250 points. That guy is very interesting. He'll be someone very important for our institute. We will admit him and let him stay in an apartment inside the UA, said the director while looking at All Might. I'll make sure he gets informed about this, All Might would say as he smiled. It would be a while, and All Might would go with Goku on the entrance of the battle center. How's it going? Goku asks All Might as he watched him approach. All good! You've been accepted to the institute, and you'll be able to stay in an apartment within the UA. Good, then let's go. I'd really like to rest, Goku said while smiling. Okay, follow me, All Might said as he started to go to the UA. Once they arrived, All Might left Goku in his apartment. Since he had to be present in other places and tell Midoriya that he had entered, Goku would enter his apartment and notice that it was very spacious. I just have to wait for classes to start and begin my training, Goku said as he lay down to sleep, as he wanted to get some rest. It would be a few days before the results of the exam would be revealed. Midoriya would be thinking a lot about that, since he had not managed to get any points in the practical exam and had barely passed the written. When the results came, he locked himself in his room, and opening that letter that had come to him. When he tore that letter, a projection appeared where All Might was. Now I'm here as a projection, All Might said while looking at Midoriya. Midoriya was surprised by what was happening. What's going on? Midoriya asked, confused by what was going on. I'm sorry, young Midoriya, but I had to attend to a lot of paperwork and that's why I couldn't communicate with you. I'm sorry. Actually, I came to this city to work with the UA. I'll get to the point. As you know, you passed the exam with 0 points, which means you didn't pass. I knew it, Deku said with tears in his eyes and then looked up. I consider myself an animator, so watch this video, All Might said while showing a video to Midoriya, showing the girl he had saved in the practical exam. She came to negotiate with us after the exam. Midoriya was surprised by what that girl said in the video. He didn't think she would do something like that. How could the Hero Institute reject someone who sacrifices himself for others? That's why the real test was the rescue points, young Midoriya. 70 points! All Might said while looking at him smiling. Midoriya was shocked by what had happened, while tears fell from his eyes. Come on, young Midoriya, this is your heroic academy! Yes, sir! Midoriya said while he was crying a little because of what he was told. When the classes finally started, Midoriya was excited to go, so he left home with everything ready to enter the Hero Institute. Goku was also getting up to then dress in his combat suit. He had been given a uniform to enter, but he didn't like to wear it. It's the day. I'll start my training, Goku would say calmly. However, he had gotten up a little late, so he hurried to get there. While this was happening, Midoriya had already arrived at the classroom. I hope he's not in the same class with those scary people, Midoriya said as he opened the classroom door and noticed that those people were in his class having a conversation. Don't put your feet on the desk! Huh? Don't you think it's rude to do that with the senior students of the UA and the people who made the desk? Of course not. What high school do you come from with that temper? I went to Somei Private High School, and my name is Ida Tenya. Somei, you're a fucking elite. I'll enjoy crushing you. Crush me? Are you cruel? Do you really want to be a hero? You put me with both of them? Midoriya said nervously as he looked at them. Tenya would notice that Midoriya had arrived. Bakugo would also notice, and the whole class would look at him. Deku was getting nervous about how they were looking at him. Tenya approached Midoriya to introduce himself, but Midoriya would tell him that he had already heard what he said. "It's a pleasure, Tenya," Midoriya said while looking at him nervously. "Midoriya, you realized there was more to it than a practice test, didn't you? I hate to admit it, but you're better than me." I'm sorry, but I didn't know anything," Midoriya thought while looking at him. While they were talking, that brown-haired girl had arrived too. "You're the curly-haired boy. I was looking for you." "You're the boy with the curly hair. I was looking for you. You passed just like the presenter said." Midoriya would stare at the girl, and was getting nervous since she was so close to him. "If you're going to go play, buddy, go somewhere else." While they were talking, there was someone on the floor, inside something, that made him look like a worm. Midoriya and the others looked surprised to see it, as it was very strange. "Is this the hero course?" "I've never seen a hero that looks like a worm before. Is it a professional hero?" Deku thought while looking at him. At that moment, Goku had finally arrived at the hall and greeted them. "Hello, everyone!" Everyone stared at him, as well as Midoriya, since he was the one who got the first place with a very high score. "So, he's the one who got the best score in the practical exam. I wonder what he'll be capable of. I don't know his uniqueness," Aizawa thought as he looked at Goku. "Well, I'm your homeroom teacher, Aizawa Shota. Nice to meet you. I know it's sudden, but put this on and let's go to the field," Aizawa said as he pulled out a sports uniform. "The truth is that I'm used to wearing my combat suit, but I think it wouldn't hurt to wear it," Goku thought as he agreed to wear that suit. After that, everyone went down to the field. "A special evaluation test. What about the entrance ceremony and orientation?" "If you are going to be heroes, you don't have time for that kind of useless events. The UA is an unrestricted school in terms of its traditions. Just as the professors conduct their classes, you have also done that from school, haven't you? Physical tests where you are not allowed to use your particularities. The country takes data from the students without using their peculiarities. That's not rational. Goku, you came first in the practical test, right?" "That's right, I came in first place." "In school, what was your best softball pitching score?" "I've never tried it before, so I don't have a score." "Well, in that case, use your special ability to do it." "I don't really have a special ability like those in this world, but I doubt you'll believe me if I tell you. I'll keep it a secret," Goku thought as he looked at him. Goku stood in a circle so he could throw the softball. "You can do whatever you want as long as you don't leave the circle. Give it all you've got." "All I've got? Whatever you say." Goku was preparing to throw the ball, and when he did, it flew into the air without stopping. The ball kept going up until Aizawa's scoreboard rated it as infinite. "Maybe I went a little overboard," Goku said as everyone stared, surprised at how far he was able to send the ball. "Looks like fun. We can use our peculiarities as much as we want. What I expected from the hero course." "Looks like fun, huh? You have 3 years to become professional heroes. Will you always have that attitude? Well, whoever comes in last place in all the tests will be judged as having no potential and will be punished with expulsion," Aizawa said with a smile on his face. Everyone was surprised by what he said, except for Goku. "I really doubt that he will expel anyone. I can feel how they all have potential," Goku thought while smiling at what he said. "Punished with expulsion? In the 8 trials? This is bad. I can only use the one for all at less than 0%. I still can't control it." "We are free over the circumstances of our students," Aizawa said as he lifted his hair with one hand and still had that smile on his face. "Welcome to the hero's course." "A big test on the first day of school? What will I do?" Goku approached Midoriya, as he could tell he was nervous. "Calm down, just concentrate on not getting hurt badly. It's no use using your power if you end up defeated." Midoriya felt calmer as he listened to what Goku said, and kept thinking about what he told him. Bakugo was staring at Goku angrily, as he proved to be superior to him. "I won't stay behind. I promise I will defeat you," Bakugo said as he stared at Goku. "Speed test. Okay, the demonstration is over. Now the real thing begins. 50-meter race. On your marks, ready, go!" Ida Tenya, 3.4 seconds. "For 50 meters, I can only use Team 3. Ida Tenya, special engine, has legs powered by a powerful engine. Asui Suya, 4.5 seconds. Frog peculiarity, has all the abilities of a frog. Well, she's like a fish in water. Let's see what the rest do.
I'll lighten my clothes and shoes.
Uraraka Ochoko, 7.1 seconds, 0 gravity peculiarity. It can modify the gravity of the object it touches, but if it exceeds, it gets dizzy. Mashira Ojiro, 5.49 seconds, peculiarity, has a tail that serves for different things. Aoyama Yuga, 5.51 seconds, peculiarity, navel laser, can shoot a powerful laser from his navel, but if he overdoes it, he gets a stomachache. Acid Mine, 5.2 seconds, particularity, acid. She can secrete a powerful acid to melt things easily. Bakugo Katsuki, 4.13 seconds, explosion peculiarity. His sweat is a nitroglycerin-like substance. The more he sweats, the more power he has. When I use both hands, the force disperses. Midoriya Izuku, 7.2 seconds, unknown peculiarity. I'm sure everyone will use their peculiarities to produce extraordinary results, but I have to learn how to use my power, so it won't damage my body when I use it, just like Goku said, Midoriya thought. Now, it's Goku's turn. Let's see what he's capable of. Son Goku, 0.3 seconds, unknown particularity. In the practical test, he showed great strength, but also incredible speed to quickly finish robots. I still have doubts about him. Strength test. I must control my power. Concentrate on not damaging my body. Midoriya Izuku, 56 kilograms. Meizo Shoji, 540 kilograms. Particularity, duplication of arms. Can replicate highly developed parts of his body to adapt to any situation. Son Goku, maximum capacity of the machine. Jumping test. Bakugo, 25 meters. Aoyama Yuga, 25 meters. Midoriya, 5 meters. Son Goku, 300 meters. That boy is amazing. He outperforms everyone with ease. I wonder what his peculiarity is. Professor Aizawa was impressed by Goku's results in each test. Side jump test. Mineta Minoru. He can bounce thanks to his particularity. He can create glue balls that stick to anything, and he can also bounce. Son Goku moves too fast to count. Leaving the floor destroyed, Bakugo was frustrated by Goku's results. He was humiliated at what happened. Throw test. Uraraka Ochako, Infinity. Okay, it's my turn, Midoriya said as he stood in the circle and thought about what Goku said. I must do it without my body ending up destroyed. Deku would throw the ball with one finger just like in the original story. Goku smiled as he noticed that Midoriya had succeeded. Well done! Midoriya would turn his gaze to Goku. Goku, I can still move. Goku was still smiling as he looked at him. You're really cool, Midoriya, Goku in his mind. That kid has potential. His body still can't handle that great power that All Might gave him. He looks like Kao can. I'll see to it that he can control it, Goku said while looking at him, still smiling. Everyone was surprised to see that Midoriya had surpassed the 700 meters, since in the rest of the tests, he had done poorly.
Finally, a hero's record.
His finger is hurt. That also happened in the entrance exam.
He has a very strange peculiarity. He has no style.
Bakugo was surprised to see that Midoriya had achieved that. What was that power?
The peculiarity manifests itself at 4 years old. This is impossible.
Bakugo remembered what Midoriya had told him at the time.
Someone told me that I can be a hero. It was thanks to my own effort. What does this mean?
Bakugo thought while in his hands there were small explosions. Bakugo went in the direction of Midoriya with intentions of attacking him. Hey! Tell me what's going on, Deku bastard! Midoriya was frightened by what was happening, but at that moment, Goku appeared in front of him and grabbed his arm to stop him. You better calm down. You have no reason to attack him, Goku said while squeezing Bakugo's arm a little. You are no one to give me orders! Bakugo would try to use his other hand to attack Goku with a blast, but Goku just stood still and received the blast, and it didn't do anything to him. Bakugo was surprised since it hadn't done anything to him. I think you already noticed the difference in our powers. I don't want to fight you, but I won't let you attack Midoriya, Goku said as he walked back with the rest of the students, passing by Bakugo. I couldn't even see when he appeared in front of Bakugo. I have my doubts about him, Aizawa was saying as he looked at Goku. Well, we're wasting our time. Whoever is next, hurry up, Aizawa-sensei said while looking at them. Midoriya took the opportunity to go around Bakugo and go with the others.
Is your finger okay?
Uraraka said.
Yes, it's fine.
Bakugo stayed still, but he was annoyed by what was going on. He couldn't believe that Deku had a particularity, but most of all, that Goku was better than him. Deku was just a stone on the road. Now that guy is also in my way. Both of them will only be stones on the side of the road. The tests continued, and Goku was still leaving impressive results. Good! I'll quickly tell the results. It's the total mark you got in each test. It's a waste of time, so I'll show you all the results at once. The person with the lowest score will be expelled.
I only did well in the throwing test. In the rest, I did terrible because of the pain.
Midoriya was nervous, as he knew he had done poorly in the rest of the tests. Aizawa would show the results of the students. Goku would be in first place, and because of that, everyone was staring at him. Goku felt a little nervous as everyone was looking at him. By the way, I was lying about the expulsion. Everyone was really shocked by what Aizawa said. It was a rational deception that would make them use their peculiarities to the fullest.
What? Of course it was a lie. It was obvious if you thought about it.
He's right. It was obvious, Goku said, smiling, while noticing how Midoriya and the rest were surprised. That's it. We're done with this. There are booklets with the study plan and stuff in the classroom. When you come back, look at them. Midoriya sighed in relief, knowing that he would not be expelled. Midoriya, go and let the old lady cure you in the infirmary. Tomorrow, there'll be more rigorous tests. Get ready.
I'm saved for now, but there's a lot I couldn't do. I start from the last place. I have to learn from here to get closer to my dream.
Momo would approach Goku and stare at him.
Excuse me? What is your peculiarity?
Momo would ask curiously, since she didn't know his particularity. Mina would also approach when she heard the question asked to Goku.
Right, you managed to get the best score in every test. You're very strong.
Goku just kept thinking. He couldn't tell them that he didn't have a particularity, so he had to say something else.
I think that's the least of it, so let's go to the living room,
Goku said nervously and then went to Midoriya.
I think you drew attention to yourself,
Midoriya said, looking at Goku.
You better go get your finger healed. You did well, Midoriya. Even if your body still can't handle your power, I'll help you control it,
Goku said, smiling. After Midoriya went to the infirmary and his finger was healed, he left the institute towards home.
I'm so tired.
Suddenly, Ida would come and touch Midoriya's shoulder.
Ida!
Is your finger better? Ida would ask Midoriya.
Yes, thanks to Recovery Girl.
While Midoriya was walking, he was still thinking about what Goku told him.
I can't let them save me anymore. I must control my power. I was really fooled by Aizawa. I always thought this is the best of the best and that.
I didn't think a teacher would give us courage with a lie.
I thought Ida was scary, but it looks like he's really serious. Hey, you two! Are you going to the station? Wait for me!
Are you the Infinity Girl?
I'm Uraraka Ochako. You're Ida Tenya, and you're Deku.
Deku?
During the physical tests, that guy named Bakugo said, Deku bastard! My real name is Izuku Midoriya, but Deku is what they call me to make fun of me. An insult? Oh, I'm sorry, but Deku sounds like a Japanese word for, you can do it, so I like it. Midoriya, you're taking it too easy. Wasn't that an insult?
At that moment, Goku would arrive to where Midoriya was.
Hello, everyone,
Goku said as he approached them.
You're the Infinity Boy.
You can call me Goku. If I'm not mistaken, you're Ida Tenya, and she's Uraraka Ochako.
Goku, aren't you coming with us?
No, you see, I'm staying inside the Institute. I just wanted to see how you were doing. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. See you, said Goku, smiling as he left. Just like Goku, they were also leaving the Institute. Meanwhile, All Might was inside the Institute getting ready for tomorrow's class.
You don't have time to relax, young man! The real thing starts tomorrow!
The next day, everyone would be in class, although Goku was bored in the morning classes as he could barely understand. Which of these English sentences is wrong? Damn, that's boring! Everyone, cheer up! Let the party begin. Lunch is at the main cafeteria, where we can buy gourmet food at reasonable prices. And finally, in the afternoon, we have basic hero training. Me! I'm walking through the door like a normal person! Everyone was shocked to see All Might enter the classroom.
It's All Might! Amazing! He really is a teacher! That's the Silva Era costume, isn't it? His style is so different! I can't stand it!
I will be giving the basic heroes training, so it will be in a different way of how to learn the basics of being one. You must take the best units. Let's get straight to the point. what you will be doing today is combat training.
Combat training?
Goku was excited to hear that they would be doing combat training. Finally, something interesting, Goku said excitedly. And that's what these are for, All Might said as the costumes of each student came out of the wall. Costumes made and based on the record of their particulars and requests they sent in before the school started. Everyone was impressed by what All Might was saying. After you change, go to the testing area.
This will be fun,
Goku said, smiling. Once everyone was in their costumes, they headed to the testing area. They say that people make the man, young men and women. Realize that from now on, you are heroes. That's great, guys. You look great. Now, let's get started. All Might said. Midoriya would come out after everyone else with his costume on. Goku would be in his combat suit since, not knowing his particularity, he was rated as none, and that's why he didn't have a suit like the rest, just his combat suit.
You look good, Midoriya. Don't you have a suit, Goku?
Midoriya asked.
I was rated as none, so that's why I don't have one. Although I'd rather wear my battle suit. You too?
Uraraka was saying as she looked at Midoriya and decided to approach. Midoriya was getting nervous as he noticed her approaching.
Your outfits are amazing. I should have written what I wanted. Mine ended up being a tight suit. It's embarrassing.
I think it looks good on you, Goku said, smiling. Okay, it's time for the training match.
Is this the entrance exam battle center? So we'll have urban battles again?
No, we will go 2 steps ahead. Most of the time fighting villains takes place outside. But if you look at the total numbers, heinous villains appear inside buildings, imprisonment, home arrests. In this society full of heroes, the villains cleverly hide in the shadows. For this class, you will be divided into villains and heroes and fight internal 2-on-2 battles. No basic training, this is a real battle to understand the basics. However, the key this time is that there is no robot that you just have to defeat.
How will winning or losing be determined?
Can I send them away?
Will there be expulsion punishment like in Professor Aizawa's class? How will we be divided?
Isn't this cape cool? When does the battle start? I will answer all your questions, said All Might, overwhelmed by all the questions from the students. Now listen, the situations the villains have hidden somewhere in their hideout a nuclear weapon. The heroes will try to disarm it. The heroes must catch the villains or get the nuclear weapon. The villains must protect the nuclear weapon for the whole time or catch the heroes. The teams and opponents will be determined by lottery. They will be decided like this.
Professionals must team up with heroes from other agencies. That must be why not. I see. It's thinking ahead. Please excuse my rudeness.
Okay, let's make it quick. Team A, Deku and Uraraka. Team B, Todoroki and Shoya. Team C, Minata and Yaoyorozu. Team D, Bakugo and Ida. Team E, Mina and Aoyama. Team F, Sato and Koyer. Team G, Kaminari and Hiro. Team H, Tokoyami and Sutio. Team I, Oyo and Toru. Team J, Zero and Kirishima. Finally, there would be Goku left. In this case, he will go alone against the team that did the best.
Okay, but could I ask you a favor?
Sure, what is it?
After the exam, I'd like to be able to fight against everyone,
Goku said, smiling confidently. Everyone was surprised at what Goku was proposing.
Don't you think you're getting overconfident? Even I could beat you. I'm not getting overconfident. Let's just say I just want to see what you're capable of,
Goku said while smiling excitedly. The first teams to fight will be these, said All Might as he took out from some boxes the teams that would fight, in this case being Team A and Team D. Team A will be the heroes and Team D will be the villains. Everyone else head to the guard room. Before Goku left the place, he would approach Midoriya.
Good luck, don't be afraid, just do your best.
After that, Goku would leave the place and head to the observation room. Midoriya was feeling better, so he would turn to look at Bakugo. Bakugo would be looking at Midoriya quite annoyed, but Midoriya would only look back at him and prove to be more confident. This would surprise Bakugo, but at the same time also annoy him. The villains go first. In 5 minutes, the A-team will enter and the battle will begin. Young Ida and young Bakugo learn from a villain's perspective. This is close to a real battle. Go all out. Don't hold back. If things go too far, I will stop you, All Might said. Bakugo would stare at Deku and would be even more annoyed to see him. Once Bakugo and Ida were inside, Bakugo decided to ask him something. Hey, Deku has a peculiarity, right? You saw that extraordinary strength, didn't you? Though it seems to have a high risk. Bakugo would be more annoyed with Deku, thinking that Deku was cheating. How dare he cheat! Damn nerf! While Deku was with Uraraka trying to memorize the building's blueprints.
Unlike Aizawa's class, there will be no punishment, so we can relax, yes! You're not relaxed at all! Well, it's because we're going up against Bakugo and Ida, so I feel like I should be on guard. I see! Bakugo's the one bothering you, isn't he? He's awesome!
Deku said while remembering Bakugo's words. I'll definitely surpass All Might and become the best heroes.
He's annoying, but his goal, his confidence, his physical strength and particularity, and other things are more incredible than mine. But that's why I don't want to lose now. Uraraka was staring at Midoriya, smiling. A fated battle between men, Uraraka said, still smiling. After Midoriya and Uraraka's conversation, All Might would announce the beginning of the combat training. Goku would be in the observation room, and he was looking at Deku attentively. This will help Midoriya to have experience in real combat. I hope he can make it, Goku thought as he looked at the screen. Deku and Uraraka would manage to enter the building, and then go deeper to find the nuclear weapon, since Deku still couldn't use his particularity without hurting himself. I still can't control that one for all, so I can't use it against anyone. Besides, if I used it against anyone, it would kill them. We must do what we can with the power I have and Uraraka's power. I have to use my head.
Deku remembered those notes he had in his notebook and thought about the way to pass that test. While Deku and Uraraka were walking, Bakugo would suddenly come out of one of the corridors and would try to attack Deku with an explosion. Deku would react fast and would move Uraraka away from Bakugo's explosion.
Uraraka, are you alright? Yes, thank you. Are you alright, Deku? Yes, I'm fine. It's just a scratch,
Deku said while noticing how he had lost part of his suit. Come on, Deku, don't dodge it!
I knew you would come for me!
A surprise attack from the start?
Bakugo, that's cheating! A surprise attack is not for men!
You're wrong, that's considered strategy. In a real battle, anything can happen. Never forget that, Goku said while he was watching the battle, and the rest of the students looked at him because they were impressed by what he was saying.
There goes Bakugo!
I don't do enough damage to stop the battle, but I'll be close, Bakugo was saying as he approached Deku to attack him, but Deku would grab his arm and then throw him to the ground. Goku smiled as he noticed what Deku had done. Well done, you did well to read your opponent's moves, Goku thought as he watched Deku.
You usually start with a big attack from the right. How long do you think I watched you for? I wrote an analysis of every hero I thought was great in my notebook. In the notebook you burned and threw away. My Deku doesn't mean useless. My Deku means you can do it!
Bakugo would stand up and look at Deku rather annoyed. Deku, even though you're scared, that's what bothers me the most about you. From here on, the battle would happen just like in the original story, at least until Deku was about to use his power.
That's bad, teacher!
Kirishima said as he watched what was about to happen. Goku stared at the screen in thought.
I'm sure he has something planned,
Goku thought as All Might began to approach. All Might watched as they were getting closer and closer to attacking. Both of you stop! Before All Might finished a sentence, Goku would decide to speak. Don't stop them, just keep watching, Goku would say while still looking at the screen, and All Might would too, and notice that Deku would have given a signal to Uraraka to then use a Detroit Smash. Deku would destroy the entire top of the building, and finally, Uraraka would cause the debris to distract Ida so he could retrieve the nuke.
He was underestimating me from the beginning!
As Bakugo spoke, the smoke from the explosion dispersed, and Deku could be seen quite injured and low on energy.
I didn't want to use it, because I can't use it yet, because my body can't withstand the impact. But this is all I could think of.
Everyone was shocked at what was happening. Goku was also a bit surprised to see Deku's state.
You did well, boy! You did everything you could considering your situation.
Goku was proud of what Midoriya had done. Midoriya would fall to the ground, and All Might would announce the victory of the heroes' team. Midoriya would be sent to the infirmary due to all the damage he had received.
I wish I had another seed so I could heal Midoriya, but I don't have any more,
Goku thought as he watched Deku being taken to the infirmary. Bakugo was left thinking about what had happened, and little by little he was starting to get excited.
Deku predicted my right, and besides he also knew how to win the exercise. First, I was humiliated by that guy named Goku, and now this happens? So, if Deku would fight with everything, he could beat me?
Before Bakugo continued, All Might would tap his shoulder to get his attention. Let's go back, young Bakugo. It's time to see the results. Win or lose, learning from your experiences is part of life. While all this was going on in Goku's world, Whis would be on Beerus' planet trying to locate Goku with the help of his staff. There's still nothing about Goku, Beerus was saying while he was eating.
You could say that, Whis said as he finished locating Goku. You see, apparently when Goku fell into the void of space, he was sent to another dimension due to a wormhole.
How do you know that? Beerus asked, somewhat surprised by what Whis was saying.
Let's say that Goku being from this world and being transported to another leaves a gap between this world and the one he's in, so we can go see it.
I see. Then go see him. I don't really feel like going, said Beerus while staring at Whis.
As you say, Mr. Beerus.
Meanwhile, in the world of My Hero Academia, the students had passed the combat training just like in the original story. Okay, it's Goku's turn. In this case, you will go against Team B. In this case, Team B will be the villains, since you could already see how they acted as heroes. After announcing this, Goku and Team B, Todoroki and Shoya would go to the building. Goku would be at the entrance, and he would be watching the building.
I really want to finish this quickly. What I'm really looking forward to is fighting everyone. I could teleport directly, but that would be unfair,
Goku said as he started to enter the building. Todoroki and Shoya would meet the nuke. Shoya would use his quirk to be able to locate Goku.
Looks like he's finally entered.
Good. Then I'll put an end to this. I'll teach him not to be overconfident, Todoroki said as he started to freeze the building, except for the top part, since he didn't want to affect his partner. Goku would notice that his surroundings started to get colder, and the walls would freeze and his legs would freeze. But this one, just by moving, he would break the ice.
It must be the work of that guy who has 2 quirks, although I have experienced more cold than this.
Everyone in the observation room was impressed to see how Goku could withstand the cold and free himself so easily from the ice. Doesn't the cold affect him?
Goku's amazing! He was able to get through it like it was nothing! He's an amazing guy!
Goku was about to get to where they were. That should have stopped him. Shoya would use his quirk again and managed to detect Goku approaching.
I guess that didn't stop him! He's close!
Todoroki was surprised that Goku could withstand that cold and not freeze. Impossible! How could that happen? His body shouldn't be able to take it! Todoroki thought as he started to hear Goku's footsteps as he was close by. Goku would have easily arrived as he could feel the energy of both of them in the place and knew where they were. Time to end this! Don't think we'll let you win, Todoroki said as he tried to freeze him with his quirk. Goku would use his speed to dodge his attack and move past Todoroki and touch the nuke, thus winning the exercise. I'm sorry, but the difference in skills is big, Goku said while looking at Todoroki. Goku is the winner, All Might said, announcing Goku's victory. Todoroki stood still as he still couldn't believe what had just happened. That guy passed me like it was nothing. I couldn't even see him, Todoroki thought in surprise. In the observation room, everyone was very surprised at what they had seen. They couldn't believe that the great Todoroki Shoto lost to Goku.
Goku is the best! He's the strongest! He's very capable!
Everyone admired Goku for how capable he showed himself to be, especially the girls. Well, I think it's time for everyone to show what they're capable of, Goku said, smiling as he knew it was time for him to take on the whole class. Bakugo was shocked and at the same time felt weak as he could see how he was outmatched by Goku again. Good! Per Goku's request, everyone go to the training ground as you will have to face Goku. All Might said as he headed to the training field with all the students. Once everyone was gathered, Goku would be in front of all of them.
I wish Midoriya was here, but at least I'll be able to fight the rest,
Goku said as he stretched a little.
I want you to give it all you've got. Don't hold back,
Goku said excitedly. Bakugo would be very upset and would be willing to give it all just so he could defeat Goku.
You'll see, damn it! I'm going to defeat you!
Begin! All Might said, announcing the beginning of the battle. Bakugo would launch himself towards Goku first, who would use both hands to cause a huge explosion.
That'll teach you not to be overconfident,
Bakugo would shout, thinking he had guessed right. Goku would appear behind him and grab him by the arm, and then start spinning at high speed and throw him into one of the buildings.
Maybe I overdid it a little,
Goku would say as he watched how he had defeated him just like that. Everyone was surprised, but they wouldn't let themselves be defeated so easily.
That's the spirit,
Goku said as he got into a fighting stance. Before they could react, Goku would have appeared above them. Goku would decide to go one by one and would start with Kirishima. Kirishima would use his quirk to harden and cover himself from Goku's attack, but Goku would hit him and Kirishima's hardening would be of no use, since Goku at the moment of hitting him would make Kirishima's hardened arms crack.
It can't be! How could he do that?
Kirishima said, surprised by what happened. When Goku was about to attack him again, Zero would try to use his rope to catch Goku, but Goku would take it with his hand and pull the rope to attract him, and then hit him directly in the face and destroy part of his helmet. Kirishima would try to attack Goku, but Goku would use the Zero rope to entangle him. Sato would increase his strength by consuming sugar to then try to attack Goku, but it was useless. Goku would dodge all his attacks to then hit him directly in the stomach and knock him out.
Not bad, but I know you can do better,
Goku said, still excited.
Everyone stand back,
Todoroki said as everyone moved out of the way, and Todoroki would use his cold side to attack Goku with a big attack. Goku stood still and received that attack.
This time I think I managed to hit him.
Goku would begin to completely break the ice until he went out and then appeared in front of Todoroki. Todoroki would instinctively activate his other side and attack Goku, but Goku would disappear and Todoroki would stop using his other side after doing so.
Why did I use it?
Todoroki wondered as he stood still.
Don't let your guard down!
Goku appeared behind him, but Todoroki would use his cold side to create a mass of ice to cover himself. But Goku, at the moment of attacking, would break that ice and hit Todoroki directly in the face and knock him down.
I know you can do more than this. However, you're wasting your potential by not using your full power,
Goku said, referring to Todoroki's other side. Momo would decide to use her gift to create cannons and eventually fire them towards Goku. Goku would notice, then catch the cannonballs, and then return them towards her. Momo would create a shield to be able to protect herself from the cannonballs, and after this, Goku would appear behind her and give a small blow to her neck, but in a vital point that would make her faint. Aoyama would take the opportunity to fire his laser at Goku several times, but Goku would easily dodge his attack.
No way, how can he dodge my laser?
Aoyama would keep firing until Goku decided to return one of his lasers, which would knock him out. Kaminari would decide to use his electricity against Goku. Goku would not be confident and would use all his power. Goku would receive the electricity from him, but it would not affect him. Goku was about to attack him, but he realized that it was not necessary. Kaminari, by using too much of his power, he was in a state unknown to Goku, but it was noticeable that he was not a threat. Ida would go at full speed against Goku and give him a strong kick in the neck. Goku would not even flinch and grab Ida's leg and then slam him to the ground. Not bad, Goku would say, and then move against Shoya and knock him down with a single blow, and would do the same against most of them. Mineta, seeing this, was afraid to attack, but anyway he would start throwing the balls from his head towards Goku with hopes that they would stick to him. Goku would dodge all the balls thrown at him to then throw an air pressure with his fist and knock Mineta out. Just like with Momo, Goku would hit in vital points to the girls, including Mina. Uraraka would try to touch Goku to make him float, but Goku would move and prevent her from doing so to finally knock her out with a punch.
I think I'm done with everyone.
In the previous chapter, Goku had easily defeated everyone in the combat training. After the combat training ended, Goku faced the whole class. Goku would have easily defeated everyone. Now the story continues after Goku defeated everyone. He would go to the infirmary to see Deku, and in order to know about his condition, when he entered, he could observe how All Might was inside, but in his normal form.
So, you're the person who cured All Might,
said the nurse, since today All Might had already told her everything that happened with Goku. Why are you here today, All Might? Goku asked curiously, since he was supposed to be cured by the seed that I had given him at the beginning, and he should not be in that state. Goku, I admit that, by healing me from my wound has made me no longer suffer the time limit to use my heroic form. But, as I have given my power to Midoriya, little by little, my power will disappear. So, I don't want to overdo it and risk my power to continue to be spent by my form. I understand, you're so right, said Goku smiling while looking at All Might, then turning his head a little to see Midoriya on the stretcher. By the way, is Midoriya going to be okay? He will be fine, but he can't keep hurting himself, since I can't treat everything that happened to him at once. He just started school and he's been here 3 times already, so just apply first aid. We can only hope that his body will heal during the night. All Might! I know he's your favorite and you gave him your powers, but you should have stopped him. I can't say anything against that. The truth was me who told him not to stop. I was aware of what would happen, but at the same time, I wanted Midoriya to show what he was capable of, and give his all in battle, even though it was risky. That's what a hero does, isn't it? Goku said, looking at the nurse. The nurse smiled a little when she heard what Goku said. Recovery girl, could you not talk out loud about the one for all? By the way, who knows your secret, All Might? My form is known to the teachers and a certain group of professionals, but my power is only known to Recovery Girl, my close friends, and finally you and Midoriya. Is it so important to be the symbol of peace? If I am not, the superhuman society will be consumed by evil. This is the responsibility of those with this power. You will have to learn what it means to guide someone, said Recovery Girl while she was still sitting. Goku and All Might would leave the place and wait for Midoriya to wake up. It would be a few hours before Midoriya would wake up, and she would stare at the clock in the infirmary. It's already so late. You woke up! Midoriya was surprised to see the nurse appear so suddenly. After the nurse finished the treatment, Midoriya would go back to the classroom with the rest of the students. I ended up skipping all the afternoon classes. Professor Aizawa will catch me again with those bandages, Midoriya thought as he approached the door of his classroom and opened it. Hey, Midoriya is here! Everyone else approached when they heard that he had arrived. Good job! I don't know what you were saying in training, but you seemed very excited. I can't believe you fought Bakugo. You did a good job dodging. By doing that in the first confrontation, the rest of us struggled too. You should have seen Goku when he fought all of us. The truth is someone very strong. That's right. Goku would fight with us after finishing combat training. I seem to have missed that too, Midoriya thought. Goku would also approach when he saw everyone. I'm glad you're doing better, Midoriya. You did a good job dodging, Mina would say again, excited. I'm Kirishima Ijiro. We will all train together right now. I'm Sero Hanta. I am Aoyama Yuga. I'm Mina. You did a good job dodging, said Mina, interrupting Aoyama. I am Asui Suyu. Just call me Suyu. I'm Zato. I am Mineta. While everyone was greeting Midoriya, Uraraka had entered the room with Kaminari. Uraraka, seeing Midoriya, would approach. Deku, didn't they heal your wounds? It's because of the stamina I have and plaster. Midoriya would observe the place where Bakugo was sitting and would realize that he was gone. Midoriya would ask for Bakugo and was told that he was gone. We tried to stop him, but he went home without saying anything. Midoriya would run until he caught up with Bakugo. Bakugo! It's a secret I haven't even told my mother, but there is something important I must tell you. My quirk is something I received from someone else, although I can't say who it is. I won't tell, but it's like a comic book story, only this is true.
Besides that, I can't control it. As soon as I received this power, I couldn't do anything. That's why I tried to defeat you without using it, but in the end, I couldn't win and I relied on it. I still have a long way to go. That's why someday I will make this quirk mine and defeat you with my own power.
Bakugo was confused at what Midoriya had told him.
I was just coming to tell you not to cheat. What the hell did I do?
A power received? What nonsense are you talking about? What are you trying to do? Make me look more stupid than what you have done? What are you trying to say?
Today I lost to you, that's all. And when I saw the ice guy, I thought I can't defeat him, and especially when that guy with the tousled hair defeated me easily.
Bakugo would remember what Yaoyorozu had said in combat training.
Damn, I ended up accepting what that ponytailed girl said. Damn! Hey, you too, Deku. I've only just started, did you hear? Here, I will become the #1 hero. You won't beat me again, you bastard.
Bakugo would turn around and start walking. Midoriya was relieved that it was over. There you are! All Might would speed past Deku to catch up to Bakugo. Young Bakugo, just so you know, pride is important. You definitely have the skills to become a pro, but you still have a lot to learn.
What? Let go of me, All Might.
Bakugo interrupted All Might before he could continue.
I'll become a hero who surpasses you even if you don't tell me!
Bakugo would say in tears. All Might would let go of Bakugo and let him go. It's hard to be a teacher. While all this was going on, Goku would be watching what was going on along with Uraraka, Tsuyu, and Mina.
What was that all about? A battle destined between men? Although it seems like Midoriya was just making excuses. The battle meant between men.
There's no doubt that Bakugo is a massive pride. He reminds me a lot of Vegeta, Goku thought while he was watching the scene. After classes were over and everyone went home, Goku was in the courtyard of the Institute training a little. I still have to learn to master the Ultra Instinct, but the truth is quite complicated, Goku said while training. Suddenly, a portal would open above him, and out of that portal came Whis. Hello, Goku! Mr. Whis, what are you doing here? Goku said in surprise. I came to look for you. After I fell into the void of space, I was trying to locate you. I see, but how could you get here? It's simple. When you entered this world, you left a gap between this world and ours. Whis would notice that Goku looked younger, and he was a little surprised. I can see that you got younger. That's because of the wormhole you entered. In time, it works differently. I see, that explains it. Well, Goku, shall we go? Whis asked, ready to leave with him. I'm sorry to say this. No, Whis. Why is that? Whis asked, confused. You see, I'm going back home, but not right now. I plan to stay here for a while. I still have things to do in this world. Are you sure of your decision? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, Goku, but if you change your mind or need anything, I'll leave this for you to call me. Whis would give Goku a divine communicator like the one Bulma had. Alright, thanks, Whis. See you, Goku. Wait, Whis, I'd like to ask you one more favor. What is it? Since I'll be staying here for a while, I'd like you to bring Broly. Whis would be somewhat surprised by Goku's request. Although if you don't want me to, I can go get him. You can't go, Goku. Remember that because of you, our worlds are connected. If you leave here, the rift would be lost, and you wouldn't be able to come back again. Goku was surprised by what Whis said. I see. Then I won't be able to come back here. Then I would like you to bring him. I had promised him that I would train him, but staying here I won't be able to, so I want you to bring him. He's on planet Vampa along with 2 Frieza soldiers. Alright, Goku, but you'll have to be careful. He's dangerous if he gets out of control. I will. Well now, I'll be leaving. See you later, Goku. Whis would enter the portal again, and it would close. I guess I'll just have to wait. It would be about 2 hours before Whis would finally arrive. The portal would again open, and Whis would exit along with Broly and the Frieza soldiers. He was sorry for the delay, but they insisted that they wouldn't let Broly leave, so they came too. Broly noticed that Goku was younger than he remembered him, but only remained quiet as he surveyed the place.
What place is this?
It's no problem for me to stay, as long as Broly is here. Goku stared at Broly and smiled. It's good to see you, Broly. Broly was a few words, so he just smiled when Goku greeted him. Where are we supposed to stay?
That's right. We should have a place to stay. Thanks to you, we're in this world, so you'll have to take responsibility.
Goku kept thinking. You can stay in my apartment inside the Institute.
Institute?
It's a long story.
Well, anyway, it would be good to go now. It would be good to rest. After traveling with that guy, I feel exhausted.
Very good.
Well, Goku, I'm leaving. I wish you luck.
Whis would re-enter the portal and leave. After all this, Goku would take Broly and the others to his apartment at the high school. Goku would explain to them all about the world they were in and how he lived now.
Broly, after class, I'll ask you to train with me. I'll help you control your power. We should start there. Plus, maybe someone else will train with us,
Goku said, referring to Midoriya.
Good, Broly said excitedly.
All right, Broly said excitedly. About 2 days would pass. In that time, Goku would have informed All Might about the arrival of the others and that they were staying in his apartment. Whenever classes were over, Goku would take the opportunity to train with Broly. Deku was still injured, so he still wouldn't train with them. Also, during those 2 days, there would be several reporters at the entrance, and they would ask about All Might, after the news that All Might was one of the teachers at the Hero Institute. Everyone has found out especially about a strange student in the class. The villains would be preparing something when they found out about all of this. After all that, Goku would be in class. He was just waiting for the classes to end and the afternoon classes to begin. Well, today they will elect the class president. At that moment, everyone started to volunteer to be the class president. Everyone except Goku and Deku. I'm really not good at this kind of thing. Everyone, be quiet. It's a serious job of leading others. It's not something we all want to do. It's a job that requires the trust of others. If we want to use democracy to elect a true leader, then we should have an election to choose one. Ida had his hand raised higher than anyone else. After the election was held, Midoriya had 4 votes.
I have 4 votes?
Why Deku? Who voted for him?
Uraraka remained silent, while whistling. It would be scary if Bakugo finds out, Uraraka thought.
I think it was a good choice to pick Midoriya, thought Goku. Deku would be elected as class president. Yaoyorozu would be the vice president. After that, everyone would go to the cafeteria. Goku would be looking for a place to sit when suddenly he was called.
Goku, sit here,
Mina would say. Toru would be behind Goku and couldn't help but listen to what Mina was proposing.
I want to sit with them too. Me too.
The girls would approach Goku so they could sit with him. He seemed like someone interesting to them. I think they're calling me over there. Goku watched Deku and would go sit with him.
Damn, I think you're getting more and more people's attention.
Maybe. By the way, are you feeling better, Midoriya?
That's right. Why the question?
I would like to invite you to train with me after school. What do you say?
Sure,
Midoriya said while eating. Goku would also start eating, and they were surprised how he ate. From here on, everything would happen like in the original story. Ida would calm the students down, and he would be elected as the class president. Someone did this. Someone evil got in, said the principal about what had happened earlier with the reporters. After class, Deku would go with Goku to train, as he had requested. He would go to the high school field and see Goku, but with someone else. There you are, Goku said, seeing Deku. Broly was staring at that boy. That's who I'm going to train with, Broly thought. Who is he, Goku? He is Broly. He'll train with us.
Okay.
Good. I want you two to do the following, Goku said as he crossed his arms. Midoriya, first of all, your normal strength is not enough, so you must concentrate on not getting hurt. You must not think about failure, just give it all you've got. Broly, you'll have to start controlling your anger. When you get angry, you're very dangerous. Midoriya, try to attack Broly. Deku wouldn't think so much this time and set out to use his power. He would use his arm and manage to use his power without damaging his arm.
I did it! I was able to make an attack without hurting my arm.
Broly wouldn't take damage from the attack, but he was a little angry at being attacked.
Broly, concentrate!
Broly would try to concentrate and manage to stop himself since he had only gotten a little angry. It will take you more work than you think to master your anger. You get angry easily. Deku would stare at Broly and notice that he was powerful as he managed to resist his attack.
Don't worry, Broly. If we keep training, you'll master your anger,
said Midoriya, smiling while looking at Broly. Broly was a little surprised by what Deku said, but he smiled back. He had liked Midoriya. Goku would be happy. It seems that both would get along well. Good, let's keep going. After that, they would continue training all afternoon. The next day, Goku would be in class again, and Aizawa would announce the rescue training and that they would go by bus. Can I take someone? Goku asked. It would be good for Broly to learn something about this, Goku thought as he waited for Aizawa's answer. Whatever, just hurry up, Aizawa said, leaving the room. I'm finding that guy stranger and stranger. After that, everyone would come out with their costumes except Deku. Uraraka would approach Deku.
What about your suit? It got destroyed in combat training, so I hope the company will fix it.
Goku would arrive along with Broly. He had been delayed by going to see him.
Hello everyone,
Goku would say as he approached. Everyone would stare at Broly quite curiously. They would all get on the bus.
Midoriya!
What's up, Asui?
Call me Tsuyu. You look like All Might.
Do you really think so?
It's just that...
Wait, Tsuyu, All Might doesn't pity himself when he uses it. They just look alike. It's good to have a quirk of reinforcement. You can do extravagant things. My toughening is strong against others, but it doesn't look cool. It's a quirk that is definitely of a pro. Talking about brilliant and strong would be Goku, Bakugo, and Todoroki. By the way, who's the new one? Everyone was staring at Broly, but he remained silent.
You don't seem to have many words. What's your name?
My name is Broly. He doesn't usually talk much, so don't ask him so many questions, Goku said while noticing how they were interested in Broly. It would be a while before they arrived at the place. I've been waiting for you guys. It's Space Hero 13, the chivalrous hero who has saved tons of people from disasters. Broly didn't understand why everyone was excited about that guy. I hope you're ready, Broly. They would enter the place and just stand there and look at everyone that was there.
Wow, it's amazing.
What do you say, Broly? Broly would stare at the place, but he wasn't that surprised. It's a land with different kinds of accidents and disasters. It's called the Place of Unforeseen Simulation, or in short, LS First. 13, where's All Might?
He's supposed to be with us. The thing is, he's doing hero work. Apparently several things happened today, but he'll be here shortly.
Can't you do anything? Shall we start?
I'm sure you all know my quirk, Black Hole. I can absorb everything and turn it into dust, but it's an ability that kills easily. Any of you have a quirk like that, right? In the superhuman society, the quirks have been certified and regulated, so it doesn't seem a problem at first sight. But you must not forget that there are quirks that can easily kill. With one wrong step, with Aizawa's physical test, you discovered the possibilities of your hidden powers. And with All Might's in-person training, you experienced the danger of using powers against others. This class is the beginning. You must learn how to use your quirks to save people's lives. You must not have powers to hurt others. I hope you understand that you have powers to help others.
Everyone admired what 13 was saying. Even Broly did too.
I hope you understood what she said, Broly, because mastering your power will be a big step for you.
You're right. Suddenly, the electricity would stop working, and a portal would come out in the center of the place. Broly would leave a smile and would seriously look at that portal. Someone is coming! You're right, Goku said, feeling the energy of someone coming out of that portal. Everyone get together and don't move! More people would start coming out of the portal, all of them villains. Suddenly, a creature would come out which looked quite strong. The information said All Might would be here. The transfer the other day was the work of these scumbags. I can't believe All Might hasn't arrived. I wonder if he will come if we kill any of these kids. Broly was starting to get angry at what that guy was saying. Broly, calm down. Tomura was staring at Broly in a defiant way. Broly would lose control and would throw himself towards Tomura. Goku would appear in front of Broly and would stop him. He would try to calm him down, but Broly would lose control. "Broly, don't do it! Don't let them provoke you!" Broly would continue to be annoyed with the enemy, but when he lost control, he would throw himself against Goku. Everyone was surprised at what was happening. Goku was being attacked by Broly. This surprise attack was carefully planned with some kind of target. From what I can see, they provoked that guy named Broly, and he has great destructive power from what I could see. Goku would stop Broly with the same technique he had done a while back. "I'll take care of this! You guys just go away!" Goku shouted as he tried to calm Broly down, because if he got any more out of control, the result would be disastrous. 13 starts the evacuation. Good, we've managed to get that guy off our backs. Now we can continue. It can't be. How could the villains get into the Hero Academy? Sensors do not seem to be responding. Kaminari, you also tried to contact the school using your quirk.
Will you fight them all by yourself? With so many of them. Even if you erase their quirks, their fighting style is to capture the enemy after erasing their quirks.
You can't be a hero with one trick.
It seems that Goku's having trouble with that guy named Broly. His strength is out of this world. I hope you give me a good explanation about that.
Meanwhile, Broly was immobilized by Goku's technique. I must stop Broly as soon as possible. If he transforms, I won't be able to do it. In our previous fight, we needed Gogeta to stop him. This time, I won't trust him. Goku would have no choice but to transform into his Super Saiyan Blue state. The students could appreciate how Goku released a huge amount of energy, and now the tone of his hair was blue. Broly would finish freeing himself from Goku's technique and would stare at him, still furious. Broly, listen to me. We don't have to go through this again. You have to stop. Broly kept thinking, but soon after he would stop doing it and would grab Goku by the face and would smash him against the ground. Goku would manage to free himself and would start counterattacking. While this was happening, Aizawa was fighting the villains. The students would try to escape from the place, but Kurogiri would appear in front of them to prevent them from escaping. Aizawa could not go with them, as the villains prevented him from doing so. Goku would try to approach them, but Broly wouldn't let him. Tomura would stare at Broly while thinking, "It seems that he is quite strong, but he is not very aware of what he is doing. Maybe he could be useful to us," Tomura thought while watching the fight between Broly and Goku. Goku would launch a ki blast against Broly, and then hit him to send him into one of the walls. I must take the opportunity to help the others at this time. Goku would launch a ki blast against Broly, and then hit him to send him against one of the walls. I must take the opportunity to help the others at this time. Goku was ready to teleport, when suddenly, Broly would rise and would be furious. Broly would start to release energy from his body, and that energy would hit some areas where the villains were, but it would also go towards the students. Damn! Midoriya and the others were scared by that, but Goku would appear in front of Midoriya and start to stop those attacks with energy blasts. However, the villain was still there and would take advantage of this distraction to surround everyone and lock them up with his quirk. He would quickly teleport Goku away from that place so that he would not interfere. Goku was more focused on stopping Broly's attack that he would not notice and would be teleported away from them. Broly would go towards the villain, but the villain would realize and create a portal at the last second in front of him, since Broly was coming in that direction. Broly would be teleported along with Goku because he did not want to interfere with them. As well as Goku and Broly, the students would also be teleported to different areas of the place. Meanwhile, All Might was on his way. As he was not injured, he would arrive sooner in the original story. Midoriya had fallen into the water, and when he was about to be attacked by one of the villains, Asui-san would help him.
Thank you, Asui-san.
Kamisuyu.
This became a bad situation. The villains knew about the Academy's program, and maybe how to get Goku out of their way. Speaking of which, I don't see Goku here.
He probably went to drop him off at a place so you can't stop him. Remember, he's the strongest of the class.
But his plan is really to kill All Might. Once All Might comes back, he will defeat it, guys. Maybe they have a way to do it, and that's why they're doing it.
The conversation would be the same as in the original story, until they decided to act against the villains.
There is only one way to win.
After telling him that, Midoriya would jump out of the boat he was in and prepare to launch his power. This time, he would just use his fingers to attack. The energy of his power would be concentrated in his finger just like he did when he threw the baseball, causing the air pressure to go into the water, causing a huge whirlpool that would start taking the villains to the center of it.
Now, Suyu!
Suyu was jumping out of the boat to catch Midoriya.
Why are you acting so calm, Midoriya?
Mineta would clench his fists and start throwing the balls from his head into the water, making everyone slowly latch onto them.
I guess we won the first round. You guys are awesome.
While Midoriya and the rest of the students were fighting the villains, the battle against Broly continued not far from that building. Goku, for the moment, was able to control the situation as the battle was level.
It looks like everything is under control. I can stop Broly as soon as possible to help the others,
Goku thought as he continued to attack Broly. Broly would launch a powerful energy attack from his mouth in Goku's direction. Goku would dodge it, but if he did, the attack would cause great damage to the place, so he prepared to receive it. He would grab the attack with his hands, trying to stop it, or deflect it to the sky.
Damn it! His attack is more powerful than I expected!
Goku said as he used more strength to send the attack to the ground. Broly was approaching Goku at full speed. Goku quickly sent Broly's attack to the sky, but it was too late because Broly was in front of him and would hit him in Goku's stomach. Goku would take a lot of damage, but he would get up and start to counterattack. Goku would repeatedly hit Broly, but each time it seemed that Broly didn't take as much damage. Broly was still out of control and would attack Goku without taking a breath. While this was happening, the students would manage to evade and defeat the villains attacking them. However, there were still villains left standing fighting Aizawa. Tomura would decide to approach Aizawa. Midoriya, Tsuya, and Mineta would be watching Aizawa's battle. Aizawa would use his belt against Tomura, but Tomura would manage to evade them. However, Aizawa would pull the belt, making Tomura get close to him and hit him in the stomach. But Tomura would manage to grab his arm with his hand before receiving that hit.
It's hard to see you because you keep moving from one side to the other, but there's a moment when your hair looks good.
Aizawa was surprised by what he said.
It's when an action ends, Tomura said as he started to disintegrate Aizawa's arm little by little.
And the space is getting shorter and shorter. Don't try too hard. Midoriya and the others watched the scene helplessly. But Aizawa could get rid of Tomura, but his arm was hurt.
My elbow is shaken!
Aizawa said while he was still being attacked by the villains, but he managed to defend himself from them.
That particular one isn't made for long fights against large groups, is it?
It's not much different from your usual job. You're good at short fights and surprise attacks, aren't you? Yet you jumped into a fight in front of us. Was it to get Aizawa together with your students? Aizawa was quite agitated and kept attacking even for the villains, but kept fighting.
You're great. By the way, I'm not the last boss.
While Tomura said that, Aizawa looked at Nomu, who was behind him. Nomu grabbed Aizawa with one of his huge hands and started to hurt him. At the entrance of the 13th place, he used his quirk to stop a villain.
Your quirk is amazing. However, you are a hero working to rescue people from disaster.
As I expected, your battle experience is less than half of a normal hero, said the villain as he opened a portal in front of him and another behind him, causing his quirk to turn him into dust. Everyone witnessed in horror at what was happening, seeing their options running out. Sato was telling Ida to run.
Run fast, Ida!
Ida would remember 13's words and decide to run towards the entrance.
One of the kids wasn't separated. We're just waiting for everyone to be able to,
said the villain as he opened a portal in front of Ida.
If you call other teachers, it'll be hard for us.
While this was going on, Midoriya and the rest were still witnessing that creature torturing Aizawa.
I'll tell you, he is the anti-symbol of the peace and bioengineering called Nomu.
The students would help Ida so that he could get to the entrance and go out to ask for help. Ida would get out and go at full speed to ask for help.
He went to ask for help. That's the end of the game.
Meanwhile, the creature tortured Aizawa and broke one of his arms.
You can erase quirks! That's wonderful, but nothing impressive. Against too great a power, it would be called no quirk.
Nomu would break Aizawa's other arm after he tried to erase its quirk.
I'm sure that having erased his quirk, that means that without it, he's very strong. It's as strong as All Might.
Suddenly, Kurogiri would appear next to Tomoda. Kurogiri, you killed 13?
I put 13 out of action, but there were students I didn't manage to disperse, and one of them escaped.
Eh?
Tomoda would start to get annoyed by Kurogiri's mistake.
If you weren't the transportation portal, I'd cut you to pieces.
Tomoda said, rather annoyed, while scratching his neck roughly. Meanwhile, in the fight between Goku and Broly, Broly was releasing more and more power, and Goku realized this and decided to finish before he could transform and get enough power to defeat him.
I'm sorry, Broly, but it's for the good of everyone.
Goku would begin to gather energy in his hands to create a powerful Kamehameha. Broly, seeing that he wanted to attack him, rushed against him. Goku would quickly launch his attack against Broly. The attack would hit him and send him to the building where the others were, since they were not far away. The students could see how a big attack went through the glass of the building and then exploded. Tomoda and Kurogiri witnessed this too, and realized that they were in a bad situation.
We can't fight a dozen professionals, and we can't fight that guy at the same time either. It's game over. I don't want the game to end now. Let's go home.
Goku saw that Broly didn't get up again after that attack and decided to return to his base state since he didn't need all his strength.
I'll take care of them now,
Goku said while looking at Tomoda.
I have a bad feeling about this, Midoriya.
Yes, so they can retreat after all this? Didn't they want to kill All Might? If they leave like this, the school will increase its security level. What's going on? What are these guys planning?
Tomoda noticed how Goku was staring at him, so he would act fast.
Before we go, let's hit some of their pride as a symbol of peace,
he said as he quickly approached Midoriya and the rest.
Midoriya!
When Goku headed towards Tomoda, he would suddenly be hit with an incredible force that would send him flying. It was nothing more and nothing less than Broly who would have risen despite that damage, but this time in his Super Saiyan state, so that blow was fatal for Goku since he was in his base state. Broly was preparing to launch a powerful energy attack towards Goku to finish him off. Goku, after that attack that took him by surprise, would be weakened. Meanwhile, Tomoda approached his hand towards Tsuyu, taking advantage that Goku could not intervene but would not be able to damage it since Aizawa would get tired to tackle its quirk.
You really are a great Eraserhead.
But he would be knocked to the ground by Nomu. Then Midoriya would jump towards Tomoda in order to attack him.
Damn, this guy is clearly different from our enemies. Goku's in trouble, so I can't count on his help. I must save Tsuyu and escape. I must remember my training with Goku. Let her go!
Midoriya shouted as he prepared to attack Tomoda and finally use his power against him. And as he used it, everything around him shook from the ball of air that his fist released. After using it against Tomoda, Midoriya noticed that his arm was not broken.
I did it! I was able to do a smash wall again.
What a good move, your smash. Are you a follower of All Might? Great. It will be fine with you. Nomu would take Midoriya by the arm and would be about to finish him, but Tsuyu tried to save him. Meanwhile, Tomoda would bite when trying to grab them with his hands, and at the same time, Broly would release all his power to Goku to finish him. Everything seemed lost at that moment. Until a great roar was heard at the entrance and in the place where Goku was. It was nothing more and nothing less than All Might that had arrived, and Goku had released the Ultra Instinct. Now, everything is fine because I'm here. Those words were heard while Goku looked at Broly and All Might and Nomu. Goku would receive a quick attack from Broly, but it wouldn't affect him at all.
Oh, now this will continue. Oh, now it's time to continue.
Everyone was happy and at the same time relieved by the arrival of All Might, but also surprised by the appearance that Goku now had. They still could not understand why Goku had that appearance, but it was noticeable how happy everyone was to see him alive. I had a bad feeling, so after I finished my hero work I came, and when young Ida walked past me, I had an idea of what was going on. All Might's expression was different than usual as he was upset. To think how scary it must have been for the kids and how my students fought. That's why I can proudly say, all is well. All Might said as he snapped his tie even though he was upset. Because I am here. Deku would look at All Might and notice that he wasn't smiling as usual. He would look at Goku and notice the same thing. He had a calm and serious expression.
We've been waiting for you, hero.
While this was happening, Goku was slowly approaching Broly with a serious look on his face.
I can't believe you forced me to unleash the power, Broly. You really are awesome, but this is my only chance to defeat you, so I will use all the strength I have left to stop you.
While this was happening, All Might would take care of the remaining villains. All Might would carry Aizawa and notice how hurt he was. Sorry, Aizawa. Then he would rescue Deku and the rest, and hit Tomura, causing him to lose one of his hands, covering his face at an incredible speed. Everyone go to the entrance! I'll take care of Aizawa. He's unconscious. Quick!
This is not good. I'm sorry, father.
Tomura said as he received that hand, and as he put it on, he felt more relieved.
He hit me while he was saving them. This is the violence of the official government. It's as fast as expected. I can't follow him with my eyes, but it's faster than I thought it would be. So, after all, what they told me was false. All Might is stronger than what they said,
said Tomura, annoyed since what he had planned was not according to what he had planned. Goku would go against Broly, and a hard battle would begin. Goku attacked too fast for Broly to react. The power of Goku's blows made the place tremble. Broly could not do anything against him, but nevertheless, they managed to counterattack him. He did not hit his blows. Goku, to have incomplete Ultra Instinct, would not have much strength to attack Broly, as he was still thinking about his moves to attack. But little by little, he got used to it again. However, Broly managed to hit a few blows to Goku, as he continued to release more power and cause damage to Goku. Goku continued with his attacks despite the damage he was receiving. It was a tough battle, but if Goku could dominate the Ultra Instinct again, he could defeat him easily. After Deku and his teammates retired along with Aizawa, All Might also began his confrontation with Nomu. Carolina Smash! All Might shouted while attacking Nomu. With this technique, All Might would be stronger than in the original story, so this attack would cause damage to Nomu. But his regeneration was what helped him to continue. I thank you, Goku. Thanks to you, I can use all this power. Nomu would try to attack All Might, but he couldn't land a single hit. All Might was too fast for him, so All Might continued to attack him with great force. Tomura was surprised by how All Might was humiliating Nomu.
Nobody told me he was so strong,
Tomura said angrily. Kurogiri saw how Nomu was in a bad position and opened a portal to help Nomu. Nomu, as in the original story, could hurt All Might in the place where his wound used to be. Nomu's strength was enough to hurt him, but All Might managed to free himself without any help in this case. Todoroki and the rest would arrive to help, but he would notice that everything was under control.
What is that?
Kirishima asked, watching the battle against Broly. Everyone would look at that place and was surprised by how they fought, but he could only see them sometimes because they were too fast.
Kurogiri, we are at a disadvantage. I think it would be better to retreat.
Wait, Tomura,
Kurogiri said as he watched Goku fight against Broly.
I still have a plan.
Goku would send Broly to the ground and throw several ki blasts to stop him from getting up. Broly would release his energy and get up again.
Hey, you!
Said Kurogiri, looking at Broly.
Attack me if you can.
Broly would go towards that guy to attack him. Goku would go towards Broly to stop him, but when he was about to do it, a portal appeared in front of Broly and in front of Goku. Goku would easily dodge that portal. However, Kurogiri would take advantage of Broly doing things unconsciously and would open another portal to All Might, causing the portal in which Broly entered to connect with it. In short, Broly would appear in front of All Might through the portal and would hit him, sending him against the walls. This happened very fast, so the students didn't know exactly what happened, but they would be worried about All Might. Goku teleported to Broly, but this time he was upset. he would start hitting Broly without stopping. He was really upset about what he did.
Broly, I must stop you now. I won't let you do this anymore.
Tomura would stand there watching All Might get up, so he smiled.
Good job, Kirogiri. Now we can finish him off.
Tomura would send Nomu against All Might to make sure he died. Tomura would now go against Deku and the rest of the students that were next to him. But when he was about to do so, he would see Nomu being sent flying to them.
What is this?
Tomura said, looking at Nomu and the place where All Might was supposed to be. All Might had risen but was weakened. That was a strong attack, but I haven't been defeated yet. Now, I don't have all my power, but I'll have to go further to defeat them. Goku's hair began to turn white as he attacked Broly. Broly was increasingly subdued by Goku's attacks, while All Might prepared to attack. I don't have much strength left, but I have to give it my all, All Might thought, and then launched himself against Nomu. Because I am the symbol of peace! All Might released more power than before, and when he was in front of Nomu, he began to hit his fists repeatedly, causing an air pressure that would affect the whole place.
It's useless. Nomu's attack absorption makes your attacks have no effect now.
But that absorption must have a limit! All Might said while attacking without stopping Nomu. Goku also began to weaken Broly more. Finally, Goku would dominate the Ultra Instinct again, but his body would not support more than that power, so he had to end this. All Might also had to finish with Nomu at once. Goku would throw Broly to the ground and begin to gather energy for a powerful Kamehameha, not to kill him, but to defeat him. All Might would also throw Nomu to the ground and was ready to end the fight. Villains! Have you heard of these words? Go further! Plus Ultra! All Might shouted while he gave a powerful blow to Nomu, and at the same time Goku launched his attack against Broly. All Might would send Nomu flying, and Goku would defeat Broly. The intensity of both attacks would make the place tremble very strongly.
His strength is incredible. What insane power! It hit him so fast that he couldn't regenerate. So this is the top. This is the world of professionals.
The students witnessed that scene and were shocked by what was happening.
All Might is amazing!
After Goku defeated Broly, he would approach him. Broly was unconscious, but at least he was no longer out of control. All Might would stare at the villains, and this time he would not suffer from his time limit. Now, villains, I'm sure we'd like to finish as soon as possible.
All Might wasn't weak. He can't be. We were completely outmatched. I can't believe he did that to Nomu. After getting hit by that out-of-control guy, he shouldn't have gotten up. He used some kind of trap.
While this was going on, the girls were in trouble as Kaminari had been taken hostage by a villain. If you use your quirks, I will kill this guy.
We let our guard down completely. A busted one after they made us think we defeated everyone. I can't believe we didn't predict this.
I don't want to kill someone who's an electric type like me, but I guess I have to. They would both raise their hands to stop Kaminari from being killed.
He's probably the person Todoroki said, the one who has been interfering with the communications.
That villain was approaching them. Don't move a muscle.
Electric guys like you and Kaminari were born winners, weren't you?
Jiro said, trying to distract him to use her connector against that guy, but it would be useless since he would realize it. Meanwhile, Tomura was quite annoyed by what had happened.
If only I had Nomu.
Tomura, calm down. All Might seems to be weakened. Besides, we have a few minutes left for the reinforcements to come. If we work together, we can do something against them.
That's right! We have no choice but to do it!
Tomura would throw himself against All Might, but All Might was preparing to attack Tomura since he still had the strength to fight.
This is Nomu's revenge!
Goku would be with Broly, but when he was about to finish off Tomura and the others, his body would no longer withstand the power of Ultra Instinct and would end up losing it, causing him to end up on the ground weakened. However, when Tomura was close to All Might, but suddenly, someone would shoot Tomura. They're here! Shilai had shot Tomura with her gun, while one of the professionals shot those with Kaminari. Sorry for the delay. I gathered all the professionals nearby. All the teachers were at the entrance next to Shilai.
I knew something was wrong with Broly when that boy came and asked the other teachers for help, so I had to come.
The professionals took care of the remaining villains, and then Tomoda would realize that they didn't stand a chance.
We should go and try again later, Kurogiri.
Before he could continue speaking, Tomoda would be shot several times by Shilai.
This is for Broly,
she said while firing non-stop at Tomoda, but Kurogiri managed to surround him with his quirk.
I may have missed this time, but next time I'll kill you, All Might, and also the boy with tousled hair.
After saying that, he would manage to teleport with Kurogiri. When they arrived, Tomoda would be bleeding on the ground.
We lost completely. Even Nomu was defeated. Those kids were strong. The peace symbol is healthy. You lied to me, Master.
It's not like that. We were just not prepared enough. We underestimated them. It's good that we went under the name of the League of Villains. By the way, what about the Master and my creation Nomu?
It was sent flying!
What? After all I did to make him as strong as All Might? Well, I guess there's nothing you can do.
There was a boy who was as fast as All Might, but there were also two who were very strong. One of them has great strength, which we were able to use to hurt All Might. If that guy hadn't stopped him, we could have killed All Might. That guy!
Tomoda repeated in frustration. Gather the elite, take your time, and find a way to take advantage of that guy's strength. We need to think things through this time. We need a symbol like you, Tomoda. Next time show the world that you are to be feared. Everyone would leave the place to make sure that the students were safe. Apart from those injured kids and the young man who got hurt, it seems that the rest are uninjured. The students would also return to the hall. Nomu would be captured by the police, while Goku, Broly, and All Might were in the infirmary, and Deku was there. Suddenly, the investigator arrived at the infirmary. Are the students all right? They are in stable health, so they will be fine. If the three of them hadn't risked their lives, the students wouldn't have survived. Goku would hear that and get up from the stretcher. You're wrong. They also fought and risked their lives. They experienced a real battle even though they were not ready. The class is strong. They will be powerful heroes. I'm sure of it. Deku was clenching his fist, showing that he still had to keep learning to be a powerful hero. Goku just smiled at the sight of Midoriya. After the failed attempt to kill All Might by the villains and Broly's defeat, now the media talked about what happened, although they only talked about what happened with the villains and not about what happened with Broly, since the teachers preferred to keep that information to themselves in order to talk among themselves about Broly and what happened. Goku asked All Might to make Broly be part of the class, and to try not to talk about what really happened with Broly. Otherwise, he would surely be rejected by the people, as he was dangerous and they would not make him be part of the class. The teachers would be in a meeting inside the Institute of Heroes after they talked about the report of the villains and that they had no information about them. They would talk about what happened with Broly. The teachers present and the students claim to have witnessed a great destructive power in that boy named Broly, but we don't really know to what magnitude.
The students may have exaggerated because of the situation they were in. We were not able to witness it, but they claimed that it put the students in danger. The student named Goku helped defend the students from him. Although they also mentioned that they could see how Goku changed his hair color.
We really don't know his quirk yet. We should do something about that. All Might would be left thinking about what had previously happened. He also remembered that Goku would have asked Broly to be a part of the class, but because of what had happened and how they were talking about him at that moment, really, it would be difficult to come to an agreement with the teachers to accept him. "What's up, All Might?" asked the director when he saw All Might so thoughtful. "What's wrong is that I had thought of making Broly a student." The teachers, upon hearing All Might's request, would look at him seriously and at the same time somewhat surprised. "I don't think we should do that. You yourself witnessed what happened and how it put the students at risk."
You are right. It would really be a problem if something were to happen because of him.
I admit that his power can be a risk for the others, but I don't think you have thought that he hasn't had anyone to teach him how to use or control it, other than Goku, who has tried to teach him. This is at Goku's request, isn't it? I think we're giving too much attention to him. We gave him the opportunity to be in the Institute and also a place to stay, and now he asks us to accept a student that can be dangerous? We don't even know his quirk. Think about it. Broly needs to learn to control his power and use it. He is not a bad person. His instability is what makes him so aggressive. All Might said, remembering everything Goku had told him about Broly after what happened, so that he would understand what was really going on with him. We must not turn our backs on him. We must make him learn to manage his strength and use it at will. That's why we are teachers, so we can teach the students. All Might said seriously. The teachers were silent at what All Might was saying, and at the same time, they were thoughtful. You're right, but in that case, we will take action against him. I have an idea. The sports festival is coming up, so we could get him to participate to see if we can accept him as a student. But we'll have to be sure that the same thing doesn't happen again with him. So you'll tell Goku to be in charge of preparing him for that day, and he must be sure that it doesn't get out of control, because if something happens, it will be his responsibility. All right, I'll take care of informing Goku, All Might said with a nod of his head. After the meeting, All Might would take care of going to see Goku at his apartment inside the Institute. All Might, when he arrived, would knock on the door to see if he was still awake, since it was nighttime. Goku would be with Broly and the Frieza soldiers talking about what had happened. But when Goku heard the door, he got up to open it and would observe All Might in his normal form. Hello, All Might. What are you doing here? Goku asked, somewhat surprised since it was late. Do you remember the request you told me about? I remember. Did you manage to convince the teachers? I could say yes, but it wasn't easy. They were all against Broly being accepted after what had happened. However, I tried to keep Broly's power a secret. If they really knew how powerful he is and the danger he represents, they wouldn't accept him. I see. I really appreciate it, All Might. What agreement did you reach? You see, Goku, we agreed that Broly can be a part of the class, but he must participate in the sports festival to prove that he can be worth it, and to help him control that power. However, you must prepare him until the day of the sports festival. If he loses control again, I'm sure they will not want him inside. Plus, he will put lives at risk, so I ask you to be careful, Goku. You must be sure that he's ready to participate. If something happens, that responsibility will be on you. I understand, All Might. I'll take care of preparing him. I really appreciate the favors you've done for me. Not everyone would do that with someone they barely know. There's nothing to it, Goku. By the way, what is the sports festival? They'll explain it to you in class tomorrow. Don't worry. I understand. I'll be sure to prepare Broly anyway. Broly could hear what they were saying about him, and he felt bad about what had happened. Goku had told him what had happened when the villains attacked and how he attacked All Might, almost causing his death, as well as how he endangered the rest. I'm not a bad guy, Broly thought, still with that sad expression on his face. Broly's friend would approach him when she saw that he was a little sad. She knew he was like that because he was thinking about what had happened. Don't worry, Broly. It wasn't your fault. You shouldn't punish yourself for that. For now, you better work hard to go on and show how good you can be, Shilai said while smiling. Those words lifted Broly's spirits, so he didn't feel as bad as before. By the way, I'd like to talk to you and Midoriya tomorrow. I need to discuss something important with you. As All Might says, see you tomorrow. When they finished talking, All Might would leave, and Goku would go talk about the matter with Broly. Broly, do you remember that I wanted you to be a student? I remember, but what about that? You will be accepted, but you will have to participate in a sports festival to enter. But I have to make sure I can take you, so we will train even more, so you can control yourself and show what you are truly capable of by your will. Broly smiled when he heard Goku's words. He really felt excited. I'll do it! I'll train hard so I can do it! Well said, Broly. What do you say we train now in the high school courtyard for a while? Broly would get up from the couch he was sitting on and be even more excited. Yeah, that's the spear, Broly, said Goku, also getting up from the couch. Goku and Broly would go outside so they could train a little bit. Alright, Broly, I'll stay in my base form to keep the fight even. I understand. Now we can start. Broly said, getting into combat position. "Here I come!" Goku and Broly would throw themselves against each other so they could start training. Goku would spend the rest of the night training Broly so he would know how to control himself in a fight and avoid being provoked. The next day, classes would return to normal and everyone would be in their classroom talking about what had happened. All the channels made a big fuss about what happened.
Who knows what would have happened if Goku hadn't stopped that guy named Broly? I'm not really sure what was going on when he tried to stop him, but it looks like he sent something towards us that was very dangerous, and if it wasn't for him, we could have gotten hurt, Zero said, referring to the moment when Broly threw energy towards them. But he didn't know what exactly Broly threw towards them, nor how dangerous it was, so he thought it would only hurt them.
There's no doubt that Goku is amazing. He defended us from Broly when he tried to attack us, but it looks like they're both equally strong. I still have my doubts about them, though.
But also, All Might was great when he finished off those villains, even though they say Broly attacked him at one point because of the villains.
Suddenly, Ida would arrive to tell everyone to take their seats.
By the way, where's Goku?
Midoriya would ask. Suddenly, Goku would enter with Broly through the door with his uniform on, but it was obvious that they were with some scratches and a little exhausted. "Sorry, we had some delays," Goku would say, referring to his training at night. Goku would take a seat, and Broly would too. Broly felt very strange, since he had not been among so many people. "They're the ones who were on the bus that day," Broly thought to himself as he looked at everyone. Everyone was looking at Broly and muttering one thing or another about him, since after what had happened, there were several doubts about him. Suddenly, Professor Aizawa arrived, who was covered with bandages, so much so that he looked like a mummy. "Good morning." Everyone was surprised to see how he had returned despite his injuries. "Are you all right now? Isn't it too soon to come back?" Goku asked, surprised to see how he had returned despite his injuries. "My health doesn't matter. By the way, we have a new student. I guess you know him. He was in that incident. Anyway, the important thing is that the fight is not over yet." "Fight? Don't tell me. What?" "The sports festival is very close."
So that's the festival Goku was telling me about,
Broly thought, paying attention to what he was saying.
"Is it right to do it after the villains attack?"
"The Institute wants to prove that our system is safe by doing the event. Besides, the sports festival is a great opportunity. It won't be cancelled because of a few villains. Our sports festival is one of the most important events in Japan."
"One of the most important ones? I think this is going to be bigger than I thought," Goku said, whispering. "It's obvious that all the professional heroes in the country will be watching to recruit them. After graduating, they typically join professional hero agencies."
Broly really didn't understand the professional agencies thing that Kirishima mentioned.
"Professional agencies?" Goku wondered in confusion. "You don't know what agencies are, Goku?" Midoriya asked. "Not really. I just know a few things about this hero stuff," Goku whispered to Midoriya. "I'll explain it to you later, Goku. Relax."
Broly really didn't understand most of what they were talking about, but he remained quiet during the class. "Right. If you enter the agency of a famous hero, you'll gain experience and popularity. Time is limited and the path of your future will open in this event. One chance in the year of the 3 total. You can't miss the event if you want to be heroes. If you understood it, get ready at once." Aizawa looked at Goku so he could say something to him. "I guess you understand, right, Goku?" Aizawa would say, referring to the deal the teachers had made about Broly and how he should prepare for the sports festival. "I understand," Goku said confidently. "That's it then." When it was time for break, it was noticeable how everyone was excited for the sports festival.
"I don't understand. Why are they so excited?"
It's an important step towards becoming heroes. It's obvious to be excited.
Broly observed Ida's strange way of getting excited. "You think so too, don't you, Deku?"
"Yes, but..."
Deku! Goku! Let's try hard at the sports festival!
Broly was staring at Uraraka, somewhat surprised by the expression on her face, just like the others. "You don't look like you, Uraraka."
"I'm going to do my best."
Come to think of it, I didn't ask Uraraka.
When they all left the hallway towards the cafeteria, Midoriya was standing next to Ida, Goku, Broly, and Uraraka.
Uraraka, why did you decide to become a professional heroine?"
Well,
For money, to put it simply, yes,
said Uraraka, quite embarrassed.
Forgive me for having such a simple reason. You have an admirable ambition. How embarrassing.
Why? What's wrong with pursuing a profession for a living?
Yes, but it's unexpected.
Uraraka would proceed to tell them her story and her reasons for being a heroine. Broly really admired Uraraka's ideals and respected her decision. You seem to be in a very good mood today, Broly, although maybe you should talk a little more, Goku would say, smiling. Suddenly, All Might would arrive to where they were. I found them!
What's wrong, All Might?
I need to talk to you three, All Might said, referring to Goku, Broly, and Midoriya. Now I remember, All Might said he had something very important to talk about. The three of them would go to All Might so they could talk to him, while Uraraka and Ida would go back to the cafeteria.
What happened to them? I heard that Broly had tried to attack All Might, and Goku went to stop Broly. Maybe he wants to talk seriously with Broly about what happened. And maybe he called Deku because their quirks are similar. Maybe he's curious about them.
Todoroki would be nearby listening to what they were saying about Broly and Midoriya. Meanwhile, All Might would be talking to Goku and the others. What did All Might want to talk to us about? Goku asked, confused. All Might would return to his normal form. Why are you using your normal form? I know it's to preserve your power, but since the incident, I see you use it often. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. After the attack I received from Broly, my body was severely damaged, and honestly, it was a miracle I survived. I didn't have the strength to get up, but you were busy with Broly, so someone had to take care of the villains and protect the students. So I got up to stop Nomu and the villains. That made my body overpowered, and now my power is reduced again. Speaking of which, after the battle with Broly, my body was injured. Maybe because I used the power of Ultra Instinct? My body doesn't allow me to go beyond my strength, and if I do, surely the damage will be worse, Goku thought as he listened to what All Might said. Broly really felt guilty for what had happened. I'm sorry. All Might laughed a little at what happened. You don't have to apologize. Geez, you remind me of me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me, Broly. You just can't control yourself. Well, now let's move on to another topic, the sports festival. I guess you already know what you should do, Goku. I already told you about it. Yes, since yesterday we've been training hard so that Broly can control himself. At this rate, he'll be able to be in the festival without problems. Good. I hope he keeps it up. By the way, Midoriya, you still can't control the One for All?
I still can't, but there were 2 occasions when I was able to use it. During training with Goku, I was able to use it against Broly and against one of the villains, and my body didn't suffer any damage.
What difference did it make this time?
I used my power against someone.
It looks like you managed to unconsciously slow down, but it's progress. I'm proud. Frankly, I don't have much time left as a symbol of peace, and the villains are starting to notice. I gave you my power because I want you to continue my legacy. Goku would remember how Midoriya felt when he wanted to become a hero and stood up to speak. All Might, let me help Midoriya so he can reach that goal. Now, you can't do too much, so I will help Deku so he can use his power. I'll make him stand out in the sports festival, and I will also help Broly so he can control his power. Let them recognize that he is not evil, that he is actually a good person, and can be more than just brute strength. Deku was surprised by what Goku said, and so was Broly. The next peace symbol, Midoriya Izuku. It will be you, Midoriya, who will take up the legacy of All Might, and Broly will show what he is capable of with his will. Goku would follow with Deku and Broly, talking to All Might about the sports festival. Goku would stare at Deku and Broly after telling them that he will be in charge of training them to excel in the festival. All Might would stare, somewhat shocked at what Goku was saying. Do you know the system of the sports festival? All Might asked Goku.
Come to think of it, I don't know what exactly it's about.
I was just told it was an important event. I don't know what it's about either.
I'll explain it to you. At the sports festival, the support, business, study, general, and hero classes get together and fight through preliminary games of different types per class year. The students who make it go on to the finals. I get it. It's basically a tournament. Exactly. It's an all versus all tournament divided by grades. Well,
We'll have to train hard. You two must do your best at the festival. Broly smiled and nodded his head.
Honestly, it's a bit complex to concentrate after what happened. On the other hand, All Might is our teacher, so I'm not that motivated to excel in the festival. First of all, I don't think I can excel in my current state. I did lousy in the physical exams,
mumbled Deku rather insecurely. Goku and Broly were surprised at how much Deku was thinking and mumbling. Broly placed his hand on Midoriya's shoulder. Don't think so much. Remember, those that aspire to the highest and those that don't. It's attitudes that are going to make a big difference once they go out into society. I understand how you feel, Midoriya, but it's more for you than for me. I'm not going to force you. Never forget that feeling when you were on the beach. Don't worry, Deku. We'll help you, Goku said, smiling. Those words encouraged Deku. After that conversation, they went back to the classroom. The class hours passed, and when the students wanted to leave the classroom, they realized that there were many students at the door of their classroom. Why are there so many people here? I don't know, but it's probably not good for anything. What do you need from Class A? Ida asked. Why did you come here? Mineta said, rather annoyed, since they weren't allowed to leave. They are observing the enemy. Getting closer to him, they'll observe us before the sports festival, Bakugo said with a neutral attitude. There's no point in doing that. Get out of here, scum. Broly was staring at Bakugo with a somewhat confused expression. Do you have a problem with the others? He has a great pride, but during this time, that pride has been affected, seeing that he is outclassed, Goku said, remembering when he watched that conversation between Deku and Bakugo. But this time there's something strange. Goku was realizing what Bakugo was saying. He was saying it quite determined. Broly was left thinking about what Goku had said to him, and was staring at Bakugo. I see! Suddenly in the crowd, a person would be heard. I could see what the famous A class looked like, but you seem so arrogant. Are all students who aspire to be heroes like that? Seeing something like that disappoints me. There are people who are in other courses because they didn't get into the hero course. Did you know that? The school gives us another chance. Depending on the results of the festival, they will consider passing us to the hero course, and it seems that they also take people out. They scout the enemy. I just came to tell you that if you're not careful, I will sweep the floor with you. I came to declare war on you. Suddenly, someone from Class B came out to talk to Bakugo, but he just ignored him and tried to leave.
Wait, Bakugo, what are you going to do about it? It's your fault they hate us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you make it to the top.
Broly was staring at Bakugo very thoughtfully. I don't like the way he is, but his determination to get to the top is something that makes him admirable. You've talked more than usual today, Broly, Goku said, smiling. That's simple and manly, Broly. You said it. The most, there's truth in it. Don't fool yourself. He made enemies uselessly. We'll be at a disadvantage in the festival. Goku stared at Midoriya and noticed that Midoriya was thinking about something, so he preferred not to interrupt him. Midoriya remembered that conversation with Bakugo while clenching his fist. He also remembered the motivations of the others to be heroes and the lessons they had given him. Just like when he was on the beach, Goku approached Deku and touched his shoulder. Come on, Midoriya, we're in for some tough training. Deku would smile and nod his head. Everyone would begin their training to participate in the sports festival. Goku would send Deku to do various types of exercises to improve his physique, and his body could withstand more of his power. However, the exercises were quite hard for Midoriya, as Goku would make him try hard and hard. But while Deku was doing all those exercises, Goku also concentrated on training Broly. He had long battles against him. Every time he did more and more things to provoke him, but Broly kept more control every day, at least of his first form. In one of those training days, Goku would see how Deku had progressed as well as Broly. So far, you've done well. Deku, maybe the change is not so great in you, but your body has become more resistant. Broly, you have also controlled yourself against me in a fight, despite everything I did to provoke you. You've progressed. Deku smiled at Goku's words. Broly also smiled at what he said. But there is still something important. Midoriya, you have trained your body. However, you haven't trained your power. It'll be important to use it at the festival, so now you will put it to the test. You'll have a battle against Broly. Broly and Deku were surprised by what Goku said. Are you sure, Goku? Believe me, this is necessary. They both agreed and got into battle stance. I'll let you attack first, Deku. Begin!